crazy ass offers. Like, they want that shit. That's dope as fuck, in my opinion, bro.
Yeah, and that's all due to the community, and that's fucking that's the coolest fucking part, and that's what we're here to talk about today. What's up, motherfuckers? This is Picture. It didn't happen. I am always joined by my brother, the Yeti, but we are joined by one of our close personal friends and one of our first allies, Joe motherfucking Christie, the nicest man in the underground.
For sure. Now you need to stop calling our fans, our viewers, motherfuckers. Though
I don't care. They answer to it.
I mean, some of them do.
I get good reactions. No one ever says in the comments, "Stop calling me a motherfucker." Most of the people on our shit are motherfuckers.
Truth.
Most of them, yeah. I'd agree with that.
I would like to believe. I'm not going to say that like we only cater to old juggalos, but I'm going to say that we probably have a demographic that probably cracks it right about 29.
Yeah, I looked at the stats. Yeah, we don't get the young kids. They're not. We're not hip enough for them. I don't know.
I'm sorry that I don't say hold on.
I'm hip enough for the young kids. Fuck all that talk. I'm hip enough for them young kids. Y'all can come fuck with me.
You do have that promo game on lock.
I listen to the Slim and M. I listen to the Eminem. I'm hip. I'm cool.
Yeah. That's weird how far just he's sort of, people don't consider him cool anymore.
That's because they tried to cancel him and it didn't work.
With a lot of hot shit, like everybody hates on just the shit that everybody likes, just to fucking do it,
Yeah.
Eminem's a legend in the game. He'll always be a legend in the game. You can try to detract from him all you want. It just is what it is.
Well, before we actually get into the subject of people hating, and we're going to talk about that a lot today. It's just a big fucking subject, unfortunately. I want to throw to you, Joe. These new cards that you're running are fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, even though those old ones got me almost banned.
Hold on. Explain. I don't remember this. I smoke a lot of reefer, and that thought has gone away.
Because the solo shot of Whipstick had his nipple out, and he's got long hair, so Facebook thought.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Zuck did not like Whipstick.
He did not.
The Whipple.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's dope.
There you go. There's some inside information, motherfuckers. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
I took the photo, made the cards, posted them. I didn't hear nothing from that cat, but Paul did. That's dope.
Yeah. So try to stay away from the zuckening.
What do you see in like the reactions? Like, are you going to do more of these? Like, because these are really fucking cool. And I was wondering if you would branch out to other sets like LSP or She or anybody like that as they try to contact you or anything like that.
Definitely. I would definitely love to do like other people like that. I even have like a few like promo sets that I've made like when I very first started doing it. Like they didn't go anywhere because the artists that I made them of never contacted me back. I didn't take it as a yes or a no. It's just they never hit me up, and I just don't feel comfortable putting their images and likenesses out there, and making money on selling this shit and then not get their cut or approval or any of that shit. So they just been sitting in the closet ever since. But yeah, definitely, I'm definitely down to do. Yeah, because I've got a lot of photos of the LSP cats and She and stuff like that. Just whoever I've taken photos of, that's why I'm using my photography on these cards because it's my shit. And I just don't want to make up cards and use other people's images on that shit. I want it to stay in the pit photography. So, but yeah, I've got a catalog of photos that I've taken of people over the past almost 10 years now. So yeah, I'd love to do cards, whatever, because I'm a sports card collector. I've been doing that shit since. Fuck, man, I was like 6 years old collecting like Reggie Miller cards and Michael Jordan and all that shit. And hell, I'm 34 now. I still do that shit. And I just thought it was cool. Like ICP done it like years ago with, their little, cards that came in the, albums and shit like that. And I just thought that shit was cool. And I haven't really seen it done very much since then, and then I started kicking it off. And then I see other people are starting to, get onto it. And it's just dope. Like, it's underground, trading cards. That's badass.
Yeah. And that's sick to like be at the ground floor of something like this because there really wasn't anything happening like this. And I love people finding their corner in this shit. It makes me so happy because not all of us can fucking rap, but we're all a part of this fucking community, and we all want to do things to keep it moving in our particular way. You know what I mean? Like you take some of the dopest fucking pictures in the underground, and then you put them on fucking cards. We talk to just the randomest ass fucking people, and then there are people who make the fucking music and the people who make the beats, and and then you got these people who are doing fucking toy photography and their makeup tutorials, and like we're all finding our corner and our niche in this, and I fucking love it.
This underground has given us all so much with the music, concerts, and the people that we meet. I encourage anybody to give back to this underground, whether it be taking photos, doing podcasts, making fucking coffee mugs that have, you know, your favorite artists on there and shit like that. Because you ain't gonna go to a Walmart and find any of that shit, you know. So,
nope.
100% behind people, you know, giving back to this underground any way that they can, you know.
Yeah, just do be original. Don't just jack somebody else's stuff and throw it on a mug. It
And
was
there's
quite amazing. I
proper
saw the
ways to
Fun
do
Time
this.
guys got some bootleg shit, and I was like, hey, they made it. Somebody found the time to bootleg their shit and put it on eBay. That must sell.
That's nature of the beast, man. That's with everything entertainment. That's just not the underground, you know. That's just with everything. But
Yeah.
there's proper ways to do that shit. And if it feels weird to you, if you got that little inkling, if it's right, that's when you need to start asking the question, like, hey, I'm gonna make a coffee mug with, you know, 8 Legs' face all over it, you know. Let me see if he's cool with this first, you know. Hey,
Yeah.
get back to you, or if you go after something bigger, psychopathic, M&E or shit like that. Most of them guys, you know.
Be careful fucking with psychopathic. They will own you.
Yeah, they will try to own it.
But like I said, man, there's right channels to go about doing this shit, and a lot
Yep.
of these cats are open to it in the first place, you know. So fuck it, give back any way you fucking. And if you're not crap, you can't make shit. Like just be a good down motherfucker, man. Like this.
That's true as well. Like there's this rising and upswell of not just being loyal to the music, but like being loyal to the community. Like I'm tired of seeing people going to shows just to hurt people. Like don't get me wrong, I'm a mosh monster. I know what I do, but I don't pull anybody in that doesn't want to be in there. You know, I heard stories of people at a few shows ago that were like they had fucking super soakers that had acid in them, and I like acid, but not everybody wants to fucking trip.
That's fucked up, man. Why do that to people? You know, I don't understand that. Like, there's a lot of people that go to shows that don't do drugs. They don't want no part of that shit. No, and that's completely understandable. Like, and anybody that would force anything like that, you're just a fucked up individual. I don't.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, you're ruining lives. You're not really doing much else.
I've never gone to a show with ill intent in my heart, my head. Like even with homies that like, or not homies, like people I don't even like are at the show. You know, I'm not even like in the mindset of like, oh, if I see that motherfucker, I'm gonna beat his ass. I'm more going to the shows like, man, I hope I don't have to run into this motherfucker so we have to do this shit. You know, I'm there to have a good time, hang out with my people, and that's what I want everybody else to do. And I feel if everybody else does that, you know, this underground scene would be a lot better space and you know mindset.
I genuinely feel like everybody feels like I'm gonna fight you with the at Hollow Wicked. I'm gonna fight you at Astro, and it's like, why you coming then? Why
fighting right now, man? Like
why you coming then? Why you coming?
I had a dude come at me at Astro. We had some beef years ago, like just I thought some disrespectful shit went down, blah blah blah. And this dude came up to me at Astro and like crept up in my ear. He's like, "Hey man, do you still hate me?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I turned around and looked at him, and I was like, at first I couldn't fucking picture him. And then he's like, you remember. And then he started talking to me. I'm like, oh yeah, shit, now I do remember. Well, fuck, it's been years, you know. He apologized, water under the fucking bridge. Like, man,
that's grown man shit. You know what I mean? It's so easy to talk shit out. We don't always have to resort to violence.
And a lot of this shit is just miscommunication, man. A majority of the shit that I see is literally just a miscommunication. That's why when I want to talk to homies about something that's fucking serious, you know, that fucks with people's feelings and emotions and shit, let me talk to you in a face-to-face conversation. You know, let's not do this tech because a lot of shit gets misinterpreted through text messages and fucking emails. You don't know your tone. Hell, I could read something one way and then a homie could read it. I'm like, you want to let him talk to you like that? And I'm like, whoa. He didn't talk to me any sort of way.
What are you reading? What are you saying that I'm not seeing?
How are you getting asshole from the same conversation I just wrote? You know, it's communication is key when it comes to a lot of this shit.
Well,
bro.
there's this other thing that like it's cool to just sneak this now. Like you're just supposed to go to Facebook and be like, well, there are some people
I got
who
people
blah
too. I'm
blah.
gonna say, fuck you, right to your motherfucking face.
Right to your face. That's the whole fucking point. You know what I mean? This
That's
technology shit, it's giving people a safe space to talk shit and not have consequences.
well, a lot of these shit people talking shit aren't going to these events either. They're not going.
No,
Like,
no. And why are you hating on something so bad that you weren't at?
Yeah, that's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Listen, I'm not a big fan of Cottonmouth Kings. I never have been. Never have been, never will be. I know they're hot now because of the fucking horse shit they got going on, their name is, but I've never been a fan of those cats. One. So if you would have asked me, you know, hey Joe, what's going on? I don't fucking know because I don't follow them. I don't give a fuck. I don't get why. I don't understand if you got such a big hatred for certain motherfuckers, why the fuck are you following them in the first place? Like, I don't like Mad Child. What's Mad Child up to? I don't fucking know.
I don't listen to Mad Child.
Shit, what he's up to.
Yeah.
Well,
These
2
cats,
years
like,
ago, I cared.
Oh, just to run their mouths, and I don't know, cool clout points. I don't know what the fuck they're. I honestly don't get it. Now there's certain motherfucking shit. They're in it for the fucking ha-has, bro. They don't give two fucks. They'll talk shit about anybody just to get some fucking laughs, and I love them cats to death, bro. But there's some of these cats who talking shit in the comments, like just bitter as fuck, man. Like the divorce was fucking 10 years ago, y'all. Like for real, y'all still really that butthurt to get mad at other men who have no fucking interaction with all that bullshit that happened back then. Here in 2021, it's fucking dumb as shit. Like
what I want to know is how
a certain group of people are in the same company of other certain men. Like get the fuck out of here, bro. For real, dumb shit.
Yeah. Like, and I want to know why Zool is being pulled into this because if they're anything, this is what I said when I seen all of this shit about how that looks like a whole bunch of M&E, and I was like, actually, that looks like a lot of LLE to me, motherfucker. I don't see one fucking member of the roster there. I see the 3 motherfuckers that are starting their own fucking thing, and I don't understand how this is branching off into another way for people to hate and be pissed off. It's such a worthless fucking effort, man.
Well, what kills me is that one of the big talking points is, well, they're not even the same. Like that's being 1,000 people's generous, maybe even 500. First of all, why does it matter how many people?
I gotta cut you. Hold on, I want to cut you off right there. Who gives a fuck how many people were there? First and foremost, I'm just gonna put that one right out there. How many of you motherfuckers rap to other rappers? If 400 people, 300 people showed up for that event, I believe that was a fucking success.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. You know, it doesn't matter how many people are there if you're having fun. And, you know, what happened to just rocking the show with the people's there? You know, wouldn't trade 500 juggalos. Like, who's cared? If there's 40 people that didn't know your name, they do now if you did your job.
And it's the first one. It was the very first one. Like, how many people were at the very first, like, Astro? How many people were at the very first gathering? You know, you got to start somewhere, man. You have to start something. Whether you got 5 people showing up or 500, you know, you got to start somewhere. And then this is where we, you know, work out the mistakes, problems that we've seen, or, you know, things that we can do to make things better for the next one. And it's only going to grow from here. And if you don't want to be a part of it, that's fine. Don't be a part of it. But why sit at home, run your fucking mouth about shit that a lot of people had fun? I know exactly how many people showed up in that motherfucker. You want to hear how many people showed up in that motherfucker? Guess what? I ain't fucking telling you because I like seeing y'all bitch about it. I like seeing that shit, man. It makes me fucking happy knowing that my boys who have been putting in so much work, doing what they've been doing to get this amount of hate for just them being them, you know.
If that ain't proof that they're doing something right.
Yeah, that's the thing. And most of it's these people that are lower.
When they would throwing shows and had 10 people in front of them. Here we are walking on a campground, and there's fucking a whole camp full of these motherfuckers now. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Yeah,
and you want to be part of it this time, man. It really is.
It's a lot of people that are upset because they're not doing it.
No, that gatekeeper shit is dead in the dirt when it comes to the LLE family, bro. Like,
I want no part of it in any scene.
Do you even gather, bro? Do you even gather, bro? How you gonna fucking single out motherfuckers? Like, if you don't gather, you don't matter. Suck my motherfucking dick. That shit won't fly here at LLE anyway. And I'm not trying to speak on behalf of them cats because I'm not part of that clique. I am part of that clique, but I'm not stamped LLE like I officially work for them cats. You know what I mean? So I can talk all the motherfucking shit I want. But from an outsider looking in, man, that fucking trying to belittle other fans, like, oh, if you don't have this merch or if you don't go to these shows, you don't matter. Nah, everybody here fucking matters. And
that's half the reason why most of us left that side of the fucking fence. Like, let's just be real honest. That's half the reason. I love the idea, and it was the term was used by Monoxide when he was talking about their outdoor gathering. But I'm gonna throw it back to Zool. Nobody was there stunting on their fucking friends, fucking rolling up in fucking $1,000 RVs, being like, "Look how much better I am than you."
Yeah, and I think we talked about that a little bit. You know, it not just the LLE and the guys putting everything on, the community that's being built. We're instilling these values that got lost somewhere. You know, cleaning up after yourself, not being assholes to everybody. You know, just having a good time and being together.
Yeah, 100%. Just genuinely enjoying each other's company. Half the reason why we spend the money we do. Yeah, the music's great, but I'm also here to see these people.
Yes. And that's what the gathering is. Like this past year's gathering, I ain't trying to talk shit on these cats, but the lineup for the gathering sucked balls. You know, it wasn't really shit coming. But Jugs were going there because the last one.
They were just so happy to fucking be with each other.
Exactly. And that's right there. Right there.
That's the whole reason why we're doing this shit. And I know it sounds like I hate a little bit on the whole thing, but it's what I hate is what my scene has become. And I just I don't have time for this dirty fucking energy. I'll admit it. I made one joke when the gathering was announced. I made one joke. I laughed at the fucking Misery announcement because fucking ha.
Yeah, well.
But my homie Itty, who loves to hate on Ouija, I am going to put this out here. He said, I make one post about Ouija. I see 15 to 16 posts about Twisted.
Yeah, it really is a lot of that.
These cats still to this day. Like, I'm not a big fan of Ouija's music. You know, he'll put out an album with 20 tracks on them. I'll dig probably 3 to 4 of them. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to talk shit on the guy's music or him himself, you know, because every time I've met that dude, he's been nothing but like one of the coolest motherfuckers I've met, you know, and he shouted me out numerous times. He didn't have to do that shit, but he's like, yo, this dude took some mad photos of me. I need to get with this cat. Me and him got to talk, and he's been cool as fuck since I met him. Yeah, so
see, that's what I love about you, Joe, is you epitomize the idea I love of I go where the fuck I want when I want. I love that. It's the life I try to live, and I love seeing other people who truly use that as a moniker for their whole existence. Because it's like, you can't tell me I can't enjoy this and that and this and this. Fuck you for thinking you can't.
I've been listening to unpopular music since I was little, bro. Like, since I was like 8 years old. Everybody's been talking shit about my musical taste since I was little. So the shit that y'all are going to say to me, I haven't already heard it like 1,000 times before. So, like, you talking that shit's not going to offend me. It's going to make me laugh at you. Like, that's cute. You tried. I remember when I had my first beer. That's cute.
You catching all this over there, Fats? Just know, ditto.
We will not talk about this valley between us about Tom McDonald.
We won't even go there. We won't even go there. Let's just leave Tom out of this because
it's not necessary. Just know I like to laugh. That's what it boils down to more than anything.
But yeah, it's crazy to where shit has gone, but that's why I believe there's what they're doing, because like they're OG juggalos. Like, we're all OG juggalos in this shit, you know. Raised by fucking Box and Great Malenko and shit like that, you know. So, and when I had my conversations with them, I felt that shit, you know. I felt that like, you guys are in this for the right motherfucking reasons. You guys have a love for this community, like we all do, you know what I mean? And they're running with it, and I can't be more proud of them guys.
Well, I want to cite an actual incident that just happened recently. There was a Twisted show a couple months ago where there actually was somebody in the audience literally just screaming, ICP, fuck Twisted, blah, 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 blah. And I remember when people used to pay money and show up at clown shows to hate on ICP, we used to beat the fuck out of them and throw them out of the fucking venue. So you're telling me that...
Asked me a lot about that, like, oh, it's fucked up that Twisted would kick somebody out and whatever. I get it on their point, because nobody wants to hear that shit. If you're there to just cause trouble, get the fuck out of here. But
why did you pay money to go cause trouble?
Because back in the day, you go to a Twisted show and ICP, and like, fuck yeah, they get along with those are our boys, ICP, and it was all love. Now this divide is here, and it's completely different fucking vibe. Like back in the day, you could go to these shows and chant ICP or Twisted at the fucking clown show, and it was all love. It's not love anymore, and it sucks.
I was talking to Max.
More of the fans of this fucking shit than anybody, because they should be up high right now, bro. They should be riding the wave at the highest right now. Both of them should together,
Yeah.
Could you imagine like fucking a Lotus fucking tour going on right now? Like
people would lose their fucking mind. Now would be the time, especially before you
fucking happened. They just went their own ways and everything was cool. And they're getting older, man. Of course they are not going to be able to kick it like they was back when they was 20 and shit. But
yeah,
fuck, man, can you imagine just like sitting there one day and just hearing just boom, hey, we're going to do this fucking little mini run here in the Midwest, 5 shows, come see Lotus. Bro, every show would be packed out, and the motherfuckers
they'd sell out. They'd sell out.
They could get their $150 for a ticket from me. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The
so talking about ticket prices, we all just seen how Astro was announced.
Yeah.
Okay, so Paulie, you were the one that was deep in the trenches for this. I missed this because I said, fuck it, I don't need to do this. But you were the one that seen the actual prices for this fucking hotel shit that we're pulling off. Like, what the fuck happened?
Okay, first of all, I actually ended up booking at the wrong hotel because so many people were booking. They just went to the Holiday Inn, and there's one just down the street, and it was sold out too. The actual hotel, I don't know what the prices that M&E was able to lock in because I missed those. But I went and looked through like Google, and I saw on the calendar where it marked Saturday was completely sold out. They said they didn't have any available. Sunday was pretty average. It was like 200 something, it's a little high. But then for Friday, they had rooms, but they were charging like $1,200-$1,300.
Yeah, I've seen that.
What is this?
Yeah, this was fucky, man.
Yeah,
that's fucked up. See, I don't know much about it. Like when it all got announced and shit, I was late to the game coming into it because I had Rick Mo come over for the weekend. We kicked it and shit. So
shout out Rick Mo.
Shout out Rick Mo, brother. But we was just kicking it, and then I think I was like, we was in my game room just chilling, and I looked at my phone. Astro, it's been announced. This been announced hours ago, and I'm like, oh, okay. So let me click the link, see if I can't get a room and all that shit. Everything was sold out. Called, everything was sold out. I hit up Whitaker. I'm like, hey, bro, everything's sold out. You got anything you can put me on? And just waiting to hear back from that cat. But yeah, the pricing wise, over thousands of dollars for fucking hotel.
Yeah, this is getting a little ridiculous. And here's the thing: if the con itself isn't at this hotel, I don't give a fuck to stay at that hotel. Yeah, the host hotel was cool. I seen the host hotel for Cam Zool, but the thing is, there was a party at the fucking Days Inn too. This is the thing. If we're relegating,
too, bro.
Yep. If we're relegating ourselves to the hotel parties again like we used to do, I'm not gonna pay $1,400 fucking dollars just to stay at the event hotel.
No.
Yeah, no. They did say it is
room, man, like if it's for 3 days, 2 nights, or whatever the fuck, come on now, a couple $100 is what that should be around, and anything any higher than that, man, is just fucking ridiculous in my opinion.
Yeah. I think it came from them not wanting to block out the entire hotel at those rates for us. That the venue there is literally, I guess, it's like the same parking lot as the main hotel.
Yeah. No, they're saying it's walking distance, and that's fucking awesome because that is going to keep a lot of inebriated motherfuckers from doing stupid shit.
Yeah, and that's the positive side of that. And they have said some people have mentioned there are some other hotels that are within walking distance from the venue. So just really pay attention to what hotels you're looking at because there are quite a few in the area. It's around the Detroit area, so there's tons of hotels. So
what did you actually get figured out for us then? Because you never clarified anything.
So right now we do have reservations for the Holiday Inn down the street. It's a regular Holiday Inn. It's like a 10-minute drive from where the venue's at. It's pretty much a straight shot. And there's actually another, I want to say maybe it was a Hampton or a Red Roof. There's another hotel right there beside it. So if everybody's booking in those areas, we should all pretty well be in the same area anyway.
So yeah, if anybody watching, if you missed out on the host hotel, yeah, that sucks. But There are other fucking hotels. There are Airbnbs. There are other fucking options. Just because you don't get to, and yeah, I've stayed at host hotels. It's been fresh to see the artists and the whole blah, blah, blah. But if the event and the con are not at the same place, then you don't absolutely have to stay there. So this is something else, another rule I'm trying to fucking break because I think this is fucking stupid.
Well, just make sure, if you are going to be driving, help homies out that may not have as easy a time getting there driving.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sure. Be the juggaluber. That's the coolest motherfucker in the parking lot.
And just plan ahead. With us being at the host hotel, you're going to remember to bring all your stuff. You don't want to be running back and forth all day. So make sure you plan accordingly to have all your stuff there. If you're doing cosplay, plan on how are you going to change at the venue, or are you going to do it beforehand? How are you getting there? Just use a little bit of planning, and you should have a great time still, even if it's not the host hotel there.
I must also say, how fire are the dates? I actually am so happy about it being 420 weekend. That kills two birds with one stone because I don't have to go to Michigan twice.
Well, they have
so I get to party for my birthday at Astro, so that's going to be really awesome.
Oh shit, Joe! We're actually planning another birthday party. We're doing Casey, the homie, fucking John Gublow's wife, Robin Butts, and his homie Pat Hogan. We're all going to do a birthday party. You should make an appearance.
No, I'll definitely pop up in that.
Everybody should just bring
his birthday. When's Casey's birthday?
17th.
No shit. That's dope.
Yep. And I think Robin's is like that weekend, the 22nd. And I don't remember. And I do Pat Hogan's. His is like the 10th. Shout out to some of the homies I met at Camp Zool. But yeah, we should definitely all just bring some cakes or some shit like that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll candle. We all blow it out. I'll take a picture of the shit. It'll be dope. We'll do it.
They've been pretty good about having it on the same weekend as one of their major concerts every year, and I'm glad they've, even with the shifting in schedule, they've been able to keep that.
There's going to be so much weed this year. There's always a ridiculous amount of weed, but now it's on the challenge day where our whole mission is to see how physically high we can get.
That's going to be fun.
It does suck a little bit that it's like the 21st, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, so we'll spend that day a stark contrast any differently to any other day.
I mean, not really. But the 420 show is going to be on probably 422 or some shit.
I don't care.
Which actually, the only thing that would be dope, hopefully it's actually at the venue, so we don't have to try to pack across freaking town to get to another venue that is too small to hold us.
And that's something else. They said the new venue is fucking huge. Like the concert and the con are going to be in the same place again, like it was with the first joint. I don't remember the name of that place.
Yeah, the window. And that's one thing I didn't like. When I was told that the concert was held off-site, I was like, I don't like that. Not one, just for safety reasons, strictly for safety reasons. Just because I know how many homies, party and get down while they're there at the convention, drive somewhere 20 minutes away for the show. I did not like that at all. But
no, it wasn't a good feeling.
It all worked out pretty well. But
I want to mention some staleness that happened at the last Astro that we didn't touch on publicly. And now that we've moved hotels, I really will. I have to talk about this. I don't care. There was a creepy ass fucking security guard at the last place.
Yeah.
And if you want the real story,
he's cool, man. He's harmless as a motherfucker, bro. He came walking up on the crew that we was all kicking it with. He just tried to join in conversation and shit. If we're talking about the same person.
We are, but the thing is it got worse later. If you want the real story, you can talk to Sonny Mills, or you can message me later. He got real handsy and creepy with two different ladies, one of them being mine.
Oh wow!
To the point that I had to run across the parking lot and catch Dustin after the pop-up shop in his comfortable fucking gear and ruin his fucking evening and tell him this dude was creeping on two girls. And then. Yeah, the dude was harmless until then, and I'm not going to go any further. I'm very
over talking, overstay is welcome. Don't you got to be making some rounds?
Working? Don't you got some work to do?
He was just cool. I had no problems with him, but then again, that's fucking that's creep shit.
So I'm very glad that we're moving to a different venue. I really that left a bad fucking taste in my mouth. I want to. We were talking about something else. I want to rewind back to we were talking about the community for a second, and I got high and I missed my point, and that happens a lot. A lot of people have made their choice. when I was talking to Mad Max, we were talking at Camp Zool, ha ha ha. And we were bullshitting back and forth, and he said a lot of juggalos at the gathering this year had made their stand in line. They've made their choice, and I feel like it's finally happened. Like, it's done. I feel like the other side just isn't even going to talk to each other anymore. You know what's 17, you know what's Magic Ninja fam, and we know where we are. I didn't choose to land here. You made it this way by being just so goddamn unfun to be around.
I didn't make no choice and none of that shit.
I chose the same thing I always choose. I'm going where I want to go.
One was made for me. I fuck with Psychopathic heavy. And then just communication with them just stopped out. I got nothing but love. There's no way I would talk shit about any of them cats over here, because all the relationships I had with them cats were nothing but good and positive until the divorce got real bitter. And then just emails didn't go answered, text messages didn't get replied back to, and then showing up at shows getting, kind of strong armed, cold stares and shit. And like, that's how it's going to be. And they're like, yeah, that's how it's going to be. All right, cool. I get it. Didn't hurt me or I get it, but it just sucks. That's the way it had to go down. But still, I got nothing but love for them cats over there, and I don't understand why motherfuckers are so bitter. Like, there's cats out there that fucking hate Paul, hate his ass with a fiery passion, and you've never met that man or fucking had a conversation with him at all. You just know what you fucking see on the internet and shit like that. Like, for real.
I know people who have legitimate beef with Monoxide, but that's because he fucked their girl.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
And that's y'all problem, man. That's
a whole other thing. You just brought that up, and I had to laugh about that.
It's rock star stuff. It's gonna happen. So that's on you.
Comes with the territory. You got your dude, you got your woman around. That's your woman's fault. If you can have your woman around rock stars while her fucking sucking everybody's dick, maybe you need to look at your woman a little bit differently. Like, maybe I shouldn't bring this bitch a show.
Maybe I shouldn't be banging this bitch. What's she been doing when I'm not around? But that's
sucking the dude at Aldi's off. What the fuck? Come on now.
But that's a whole other topic. I didn't want to broach. I just wanted to laugh at for a second. So another thing. Joe, it's finally good to see you getting the recognition you legitimately deserve. I see your name spoken in every circle now, and it's the best way to go.
And I appreciate that, man. And it's really awesome to get that recognition, because I was never in this shit for that. But when it starts coming around to you, because I've been doing this shit for a long time now. And at first it bothered me, man, nobody's showing me no love. And then it just got to a point where I just didn't give a fuck, and I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, and people are going to like it or they're not going to like it. But going to shows and just the mad amount of love I get, because I'm a nobody, bro. I'm a fan from Indianapolis that just has a camera, but people love the photos that I take. And I don't know, man. When I first started doing this, I had somebody really cold shoulder me and better than me. I was green photographer, didn't know shit about it. I'm just trying to learn. Asked this dude a question hey man, what kind of camera are you using? You got any tips for me? This bro just looked at me, looked me up and down, and then turned his back on me. And he made me feel like I was that motherfucking big. And I just right then and there, I'll never treat a motherfucker like that.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm always the people that show me love at shows. That's why I try to show it back. At Camp Zool, I just see somebody up there with their phone in the middle of the crowd. I'm like, give me that motherfucker. I just grab their phone, take it right up to the stage, and just get them some badass shots. That shit right there made their whole fucking Camp Zool.
I ain't never seen anybody else do that, by the way.
That close, and to be able to get back to them to do that, because you guys support me and what I do, it's a beautiful thing, man. It really is. And I'm grateful for all the love and support I get, because it blows me the fuck away, man. It really does.
Well, I'm definitely grateful that I was able to interact with you and meet up with you, because honestly, the photography business, God, it's so cutthroat. Especially all of our musician friends out there, what it's like when you put your stuff out there. You run the chance, one, nobody notices or reacts at all, or somebody's going to come at you negatively. Oh, you could have did this better. Why did you do this? All kinds of dumb shit. And asking for help from people that have been there, a lot of times I found they look at it, you're in my area, I'm not going to tell you shit because this is mine and I'm not going to share. So there's
plenty of food to eat in this motherfucking underground scene. There's plenty of food.
There fucking is, man.
selfish in the first place. I'm all about helping a motherfucker out and giving them a leg up in this shit. If you got passion for this shit, if you're in this shit for the right reasons. Because I've ran across a lot of motherfuckers in this game who have come and gone because they think that they get a fucking $1,000 camera, they can take photos of these motherfuckers and just get whatever money they can out of them. Some of these underground artists have took their fucking paycheck and bought onto this fucking show and have barely got enough money, you know, to get some McDonald's afterward. You want to gouge him for like $300-$400 for some shitty dark photos that you just fucking took? Man, fuck. A lot of these cats, man, that's the sole reason why they think they can just come up with a quick buck, and but you win the wrong genre, bro. Like
Yeah.
the underground, man. These guys are struggling to do what they do. And that's why I try to help motherfuckers out, like, because they'll hit me up, like, what's your pricing? And I'll hit them with my pricing. And they're like, man, you know, I can't afford that. And I'm like, I get it, bro, but for me to even come out my motherfucking house and do some shit like that, it's got to be worth my fucking time. So
Right.
what do you? Yeah, I'll work with a budget too. Like, there's been artists that hit me up. Hell, I done a fucking photo shoot for one dude at a show. He just gave me a bunch of merch. That's just all. We just hooked me up with a bunch of his merch and shit. And I said, it's all love, bro. That's hell. Recently, some dude hit me up and asked me my pricing, and he was like, well, maybe not for a full-on photo shoot, but, you know, how much would you charge me us for just a few photos? And I'm like, you know what? I respect that. I respect him, like, you know, not trying to be like, oh man, that's too much, you're overpriced, or I can't fuck with you. He was just like, bro, I just can't afford it right now. How much would just a few photos? Because I take a lot of photos at these shows, man. I'll hook them up anytime. But he was just like, a few of them. I'm like, you know what? Let me give you this price. If this works for you, I'll still hook you up. And he was like, dope. That price is a lot more, you know, workable for us, and we can make it happen. So
Yeah, you're
I'll
offering
work with anybody.
what
I'm not some dumb shit that's going to be taken advantage of either, man.
right. Yeah, you're offering kind of they call them mini sessions, I guess, is in the standard, the other side of photography. And even on like that side, that there's been a lot of the problems crossing over. I've talked to people when I was looking at getting some advice on how to sort of get clients and get out there. And I was just like, hey, is anybody looking for somebody to come out, you know, help carry around gear and just, you know, talk to you and learn some things. And the first thing that came out from the group was nobody's going to help you unless you're willing to pay. There's nobody's going to do it for free. And I was like, you want me to pay for you to like talk to me? You're out of your mind. I'm not going to do that. And that's just some of the craziness to me. Like, if I can help you and with what limited knowledge I have about how cameras work, and, you know, I just learned stuff by watching YouTube, but if I know something, I'll tell you what I know.
Same here, bro. I don't know shit about shit when it comes to this stuff. I'm literally a fan who picked up a camera, bro. That's it. Taco, Ross Gonzalez, Network 317. He got me in on the media side of music almost 10 years ago. I worked with him. And like I said, I've seen people come in and do this shit, but just, I don't know. They make it harder than it really needs to be. Like, I'll work with anybody, but why you got to make up lies about stupid shit that doesn't even fucking matter? Like, why do that? Like, can't you just be real with me? Why you got fucked up something good over some bullshit? So they would just never follow through with what that's why I fuck with you, Paul, because you follow through with what you say you're going to do. I say there's a show going on here. I need you there to take photos. Boom, you're fucking there. And you come out with great shit. There's been photographers I've worked with in the past fucking have all types of problems getting to the show and figuring this out or figuring that out. And then once they get there, you know, they forgot their battery at the house or some stupid shit. Or if they take the photos, they got too drunk and they're all out of fucking focus and shit. I'm just like, man, don't even come at me if you're, I'm trying to be a professional here. If I tell somebody I'm going to be at an event, I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking be there. So, and I'm going to give them a fucking good product. So if I have somebody else go do a show for me, I expect that same fucking quality, you know.
Well, they're representing you.
Exactly.
If they're there on your behalf, that's your name that they're standing on.
Yes, absolutely.
I've done this shit for a long time now, so I've taken numerous photos of Twisted, numerous photos of Tech, Ice, all of them cats. Paul, you just now coming up in this shit, you want to go handle some of these shows that I got 4 kids, man. I got a lot of shit at the home front that I'm dealing with. Yeah. I can't be at each and every fucking show, you know? So that's why I recruited you, Tommy Williams, Zombie Tom Photography, Jasmine Cleveland. They all do great fucking job. And I love you guys to death for helping me out with that shit. That Yellow Wolf show, bro, that's what set you above anybody else, because
I was hoping you were going to share the story.
Yellow Wolf did not contact me for photography until like an hour before he was about to hit set. And then they hit me up and they was like, "Oh yeah, we'd love to have you come out here and take photos. You know, he's about to hit set and hit stage in an hour." I'm tucking my fucking kids in for bedtime, reading them a fucking story and shit in my PJs, and they're like, "Oh yeah, come up here and take photos." I'm like, "What? Man, fuck that." Sucks, missed opportunity. Now you was going to cover that show, and before I give you the green light, I want to make sure it's solid. You know, our passes are going to be there, so you don't have to deal with any fuckery when you show up. But I didn't hit you up. Like, you just assumed that show was happening. I didn't hit you up at all.
Yeah.
Just assumed that show was happening. And then, you know, I get the email, fuck it, missed opportunity, whatever the fuck. I just thought it was done with. You contacted me later that night and you was like, "Hey bro, you know, I kind of had something said to me by, you know, somebody working there. I was taking photos off to the side of the stage, and I guess they had a problem with it. So just in case you hear anything." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Paul?" And he was like, "Yellow Wolf." I'm like, "What about?" He's like, "I got photos of him." I'm like, "Oh my God, Paul, you went to that fucking show?" He's like, "Yeah, it was good, right?" I'm like, "No, it wasn't good until like an hour before he went on stage. But fuck, man, you traveled all that way." And Paul was fucking there. Paul was there. He murdered it. Got some of the best photos of Yellow Wolf from that motherfucking tour. So
That
salute to
was,
Paul.
I was
Salute to the
actually just looking through that old set. I really liked those photos, and it was a I did manage to get the photo I was looking for, and that's when they got me. It was the photo with where I shot through the light
speakers.
stand.
And
Yeah, like the little stands, everything.
Yep.
I was trying to get that, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize I needed to step back 5 feet to be on the other side of this stupid fence."
Yep.
But it was a good time. One other thing that I can sort of recall from one of the other events, I can't remember which one it was. I was shooting up there. It might have been the Bring Me the Horizon. I remember I had my bag on my back, which I learned. Here's a tip for you: don't carry a damn bag. It just gets in the way. Just figure out a way to carry everything with you. It sucks.
Small one. I use a small one. My little small bag. I can carry about 3 or 4 lenses in it.
Yeah, I had like the whole
What
backpack.
I want
I
to
need
get
it.
is like Kai from Astronomicon. She's one of the photographers for Astro. She's
Mhm.
a chick with like the pink and brightly colored hair and shit like that. She's
Okay,
Yep,
yeah,
we've
yeah.
seen her.
sweetheart. I love her to death. Every time I meet her, she always puts me on game. Always. Like, she had this like little like holster fucking thing on her belt that held like 3 shit, and she was all fucking taking shit apart, popping it on like she was some fucking soldier or some shit. I was like blown away by her. I'm like, "Girl." She's like, "Oh, Amazon, bro. Here's a link. Check that shit out." I'm like, "I love you, Kai."
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen so much cool gear. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. And it's not even that expensive, but it's like there's so much of it. It's like, man, I don't even know what's the good stuff because I bought so
That
much
right there
bunk
alone
stuff.
makes things so much easier because, like you said, you know, you probably got a zoomed in lens. Say that motherfucker comes right up on you, you know, shit, that zoomed in lens completely zoomed out, you're still getting fucking shots of his chest and shit. So
Yeah.
to be able to fucking snap another fucking lens and put it on there, just be able to do that shit, that'd be dope. That'd be
Oh
dope.
yeah.
So, with you guys having been doing this for a while now, is there any gear, any kind of quick tips you can give anybody watching? I'm not going to say to cut corners because you can't really do that in what you guys do, but more cost effective when you're first getting started.
Start with like a starter kit. They got like Nikon and Canon kits that you can buy for $300-400, you know, more or less.
Yeah. I would,
Be wary about buying shit online used because you have no idea what you're getting at unless you know the motherfucker or something like that.
yeah, try to find, a reputable dealer, and see what you can find. Get involved with the community and find what you can. Ask them, who's using this lens. I'm thinking about getting it. Ask other people what they think about that particular lens. Ask for photos that have been taken with that lens. A lot of these guys, they'll share those with you so you know what you're getting into, so you don't end up with a lens that's not going to fit your needs, and it's not going to work
It's a
out for
very
you.
expensive hobby. So I always suggest buy like the little cheap startup kit just in case you don't like this shit because it really suck if you drop 3 or 4 grand on like the baddest of fucking camera equipment and you only use it for a week and a half and you're like, "Man, this just ain't for me," you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just trying to save y'all some motherfucking money. Like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
I want photos," and then you realize, "Man, I don't like this as much as I thought I would." You're only about a couple $100 deep in that
yeah,
motherfucker because
definitely.
this hobby, man, can get really, really expensive.
Yeah, definitely start with the you don't need the mirrorless cameras or the full frame. Get yourself a decent camera, get a start in it, make sure it's something you want to do, and then from there start upgrading your lenses.
So what you're saying is, before you even have the dope gear, you should actually have the skill of being a photographer.
I mean, it definitely doesn't hurt.
Not only the skill, because practice makes perfect. My whole thing has been trial and error. So not only the skill, because you can practice at that shit, but bottom line, if you like it, if you like it, because there's been cats that go out there and try something new just because it looks cool, they want to try it out, but then a week, two goes by and they're fucking done. They don't want anything to do with it. I don't want anybody to drop $1,000 thinking that they need a brand new, camera and shit, when you can just buy a $200-$300 little starter kit, check it out. If you dig it, then move forward with it. But
yeah,
honestly, if you're a photographer and you're looking to, I would just recommend finding a good camera body, because after you get a solid camera body, after that it's just playing with lenses. There's a pretty well-known photographer here in Indiana by Joey Foley. I've watched him take photos at shows, and the camera body he uses is all taped up with fucking duct tape and all kind. It's old as fuck, but it's a solid motherfucking camera body that he uses. The rest of it is just lenses. Like that body might be banged up, but them lenses that he uses, boy, them are nice. They look like fucking telescopes and shit like that out of NASA or something, But it's all about them lenses after you get that solid camera body.
Yeah. Just get a good body and then worry about upgrading the lenses. That's gonna do you a hell of a lot of good. And that, as you were saying, people that get into it and then get out, I know a lot of people that thought is, oh, you get to take pictures, so you're just going to shows and it's a party and you're having a good time. I have a good time.
Nope.
You shouldn't be just drinking and going out and smoking between every set and hanging out and having a good time. You're working, you're making sure you're in the right spot to be able to actually get the photos that you want to get.
There's nothing's worse than going to a show, being a photographer, getting loaded, and then you go back and you look at all your photos and they're all trash because you've been fucking shaking your hand the entire time or something.
Yes.
Like that. That's heartbreaking.
Oh yeah.
So there's another message to you would-be's. Get fucked up when it's done.
Have fun. I'm not saying I don't get fucked up and play. You know what I mean? I have my drinks. I smoke my smoke. But, when it's time to actually do your thing, come on, be right there with it. I don't get fucking blown away, like can't walk and shit. That's fucking dumb shit. But, you're up front, you're getting hit with a bunch of lights and shit like that. It gets real easy to get dizzy up in that motherfucker if you ain't got the head above you. So, have your fun. Do your thing, but do it in moderation.
Yes, moderation is key. A
lot of things. I don't understand that at all, but that's just me.
Well, that's why you don't have a camera.
You'll get there, homeboy. Trust me. We all do.
You never know what's going to happen while you're up there. You could be just taking pictures. Next thing you know, Madrox is dumping a bottle of water in your camera. So you got to be ready.
I love that. That's our story.
Shit, I started tucking my shit away. I'm like, you ain't not getting me, Jamie Madrox. You are not getting me.
Oh yeah, every time you got to do the pull it in your body and curl around it like it's a freaking grenade.
I just wrap my shirt around it, bro.
At the seminar, you're definitely going to call him out for that, right?
Oh yeah, he did. Unfortunately, my camera's fine, but he still owes me.
What is he?
I'll go sign on that. Next time I see him, I'm like, hey, that Paul Warner right there, you dumped water on his camera, bro. That is not friendship. You do not do that, Jamie Madrox.
Not okay. Well, before we've kept you for a long fucking time. Before we get out of here, I just wanted to ask you one more thing. So you have seen all sides. You have been, like you said, you've been doing this for almost 10 years. Who can you say, and this isn't anybody talking shit, I'm just going to ask right now, who can you say right now do you believe that is doing it right at what you see?
The obvious answer is just LLE, but I'm going to try to think of something different than that. Sons was my first experience with Sons was at Camp Zool. I was really impressed with them guys.
Yep. I'd also, SON. He's the shit. I'd also like to shout out Sky Swamp Orange.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I was very interested in them as well. Honestly, Fams and the Hooligans, I'm really
super
proud
hype.
of
Super
where they
So
are.
fucking proud of
Like,
those guys. Oh
I
my
see
god.
them, you know, like I see the same shit in them as I saw in Zool, as I saw in Super Famous. Them guys are serious about their craft. They put a lot of work and effort into it, and I respect the fuck out of it. Their music, it's banging. They haven't put out anything bad that I've ever heard. So,
Nope.
you know, I
And
just think they're better and better and better. Cody Manson, I'm not a big fan of his music, but the way the guy performs, the way he gets it in, you know, I see him out there hustling, not only just with his music and shit, but he also does some chains and stuff like that. So,
Yep.
you know, big props to him. Honestly, bro, there's a lot of cats in this underground doing good shit. They really are.
And that's
Underground
the
is
point.
thriving.
That's the point I wanted to make. You didn't mention any of the two big names. You went and you mentioned these other
I wanted to stay
motherfuckers,
away from it because that's the obvious answers, man. That's the obvious
and
shit. Like,
that's what I love, and that's what I want people to understand is this isn't just those three letters and those three letters.
no. And
There's so much more to this.
get with those guys, like, well, let's say Strange Music, for instance, right now. King ISO is one of the hottest shit that's moving right now with Strange Music.
Yes,
He's the
absolutely.
that takes that torch from Tech when he's, you know, ready to call it quits. He's just mad talented, man. And then when it comes to MNE, you know,
Lex.
you know, Lex, I really enjoy what he's doing. Gibby, you know, I'm new to the Gibby thing, but you know,
He's very that's a very talented kid.
yeah. There's a lot of really good shit going on in this underground right now. And
Red, I'd also like to shout out the rapper Red. That kid has so much. That kid has crossover fucking appeal. He has crossover appeal. He will be bigger than our scene. You fucking watch.
Yeah. His pops helped him making this shit fucking happen for him. Like that whole crew is fucking good people. They work their dicks off to get what they got.
That's the interview I want bad. I want to make that happen. But
so I do want to point out the common thread to all of this, to all of you out there, that, you know, what am I doing wrong? What's not going on? Why isn't this working? We can tell when you're faking it and when you're not putting in the work. And if you're going to fake it, you're not going to get results. So if you want to do this, fucking put in the work, start grinding.
There's proper ways to do everything, man. Even a fucking bank robber's got a solid game plan before he goes in there. Just don't pick up a microphone, throw some fucking clever words together, and think that you're just going to be the greatest rapper in the world. There's a lot of grind that goes into this, and like it's if you think you're going to get big money being an underground, you know, artist like this,
we do this for the love, bro.
You know, go somewhere else. Like music in general, just music in general. You think
it's a terrible industry.
It's so fucking hard. So if you're looking to make money, go make it elsewhere. Because
go be an actor or write a book or something.
Yeah, like get a 9 to 5. There ain't no fucking shame in none of that shit, bro. Like get your money the way you got to get it. But I'm just going to give you the heads up. If you think you're going to come in here and just make a bunch of money off just underground artists, or you're going to pick up a microphone, there's so much work and shit. And like that's why I respect the cats that I respect, because I know how much fucking work goes in behind that shit, how much money that they invest in themselves and shit. Like this isn't just something that you can just pick up and boom, I'm the greatest rapper in the world. Sign me to a fucking record label. You know, it's
nope.
That shit's fucking been on, man. The shit that ICP used to do to get their name out there, like hustling fucking flyers and parking lots and shit like that, like we got the internet now. Well, that shit's damn near dead. And when people get fucking flyers, they don't even want to fucking take them. They're like, "Ooh, COVID, I don't want to touch that," you know. It's a whole different generation of music now, and it's only gotten harder, you know, because ICP
it's changing
their balls off, you know. Always out there making shit happen, and it's still them old school tactics still work to a certain extent to this day, but it's getting harder and harder out there for these artists to make fucking. Look at Spotify, bro. How much do you spend on Spotify? Like $10 a month. How much of that money is going to any of these artists? You know, like cents.
Yeah.
I don't understand how somebody isn't rioting over that. But Joe,
buy t-shirts, man. Buy t-shirts all day long. That helps them cats out. You want to support an artist? Buy their fucking merch.
Buy their fucking merch. Buy their fucking merch.
There's a brand new Fun Time Pig shirt, so it's Ruby Chew. So
Ruby Chew.
And apparently there's a secret game, and you're supposed to find some stuff, and I still need to go look. So maybe figure that out and solve.
You probably already lost.
I don't know if there's a prize. I was told you're supposed there's hidden messages, some Illuminati shit, I guess. Crazy asshole.
There probably is. I wouldn't put it past guys at all.
That's phenomenal. Well, Joe, I want to say thank you is not the right enough word because, again, as I said in the beginning of this, you have been an ally to us, not just a friend. You have been someone who has spoke well of us, and I can't thank you enough for that.
Absolutely. I love you guys to death. You guys have been nothing but supportive of me. It would be the only right thing to, at least show you that, respect back. But you guys are killing it. You guys really are. I'm not telling you this shit because you're my friends and shit like that. You guys put out a good product. So I'm proud of you guys. So keep it going, guys.
Well, thank you, man. You guys, that's all we got for you this week. So we're going to get out of
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I'm going to try to watch the second half of my sports ball game. And we'll catch
I
you
got
guys.
Survivor Series, maybe.
So you're going to watch wrestling man games? Yeah, your game is over, unfortunately. You had that early game, so.
Yes, sir.
Before these guys start talking about football and we're on here for another 30, 40 minutes, I just want to say, on behalf of me, Fats King, and my homie, the Yeti, we fucking love you guys, the 20 or 30 of you who are watching and listening. Thank you so much for supporting us. You can find us at Pics It Didn't Happen Official on Instagram. My girl runs all of that, and she is killing it. So I just want to give her a super shout out to that. Our YouTube is at Pics It Didn't Happen. We're on Facebook, kind of.
We're there. We'll talk to you. Just, share, subscribe, do all those things. Let people know, because that's what helps us most. We don't want your money. We just want you to tell your friends that we exist and we're awesome and we want to be their friends.
I don't know about that last part.
The love and support you guys give me, everybody that shares a photo, fucking tags me in a post, people needing photography, it means the world to me, because like I said, I'm just a nobody from Indiana, and the fact that people in different states and countries fuck with the photos I do, it's mind-blowing to me, and it warms my heart. Thank you all so much.
Where can they find you on this vast ocean of social media to continue to fuck with you?
Photography.com and the Pit Photography on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'm more active on Facebook, so holler at me if you got something to go get done. That's where I'm at on Facebook. I do set my phone down and walk away from it from time to time. So if I don't get back to you, forget to get back to you, hit me up. You ain't bothering me. Shit.
Well, he is in the pit. You can find him in the pit everywhere on social media, at your local shows. Joe, thanks for stopping by. We'll catch y'all later.
Thanks, guys.